Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Wiz. This is called the Wiz channel. So if you're new to my channel, what I do is web development and app development and website app. That's what I do. So right here, I made the Zoom app sign-in page, a clone of it. So I'm going to show you how to make this clone of the Zoom app. Actually, this is what I made. So clone is not a web app, but I made it using the web application using HTML and CSS only, no JavaScript included. So before we dive right into programming this, let me tell you a little bit about programming in case you don't know anything about programming at all in a few moments from now. Thank you, and sit back. So guys, what is programming? So programming is in different dimensions. So what I'm doing actually, what I do is web programming, that is web development, that is building of websites. And what I use are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, and the rest. So what I use there is just HTML and CSS. So if you need further ado or further explanation on the HTML and CSS, you can go to my channel. And if you're to my channel, you can subscribe to my channel for more videos and more tutorials. While I'll be going on my web series, that is a new thing I'm bringing up for those of us that don't know anything about programming at all. So I'm going to give us a new web series to follow. So by following our web series, you can get used to my HTML and CSS property. You can get used to how to start your own programming career and how to start developing your website on your own. So I'm starting that web series very soon. And those of us that don't know about graphics also, because as a web developer, you need to be grinding graphics also. You need to know graphics very well. So if you don't know your graphics also be creating a channel for that, or actually running to my channel here, so you can just follow it up. So you can follow it up anytime, any day. I'll give an announcement for that, so you can just continue to follow up my channel until I start the graphic designing class, so you can all follow up and all learn that. So this is Wiz again, and we're going right into developing the Zoom app now. So let's get right into it. Thank you. So guys, we're on the HTML page now, and I'll be editing it in my Visual Studio Code editor. So let's get right into it. So first of all, we're creating the CSS file and linking it to the HTML file. So we'll do that now right away. So we're creating our I've set our doc type, which is our doc type, not one. We have this. So we create our doc type, that is HTML. So our doc type here is HTML. Use this for HTML only. So you create the HTML tag, which is the head tag. Then you create the head tag. Then inside the head, we have the title goes in the head. So we have the title. So title is what shows on top of the head bar of the website, of the browsing website. So what I will do here is write Zoom, then in brackets sign in. Now mind us, what we are designing here is just the front end of the Zoom app. It's not going to be very responsive or dynamic. It's just the front end of the sign-in page. So there is no PHP or JavaScript attached. So this is just a design or a clone of the sign-up page actually. So let's continue what we do. So after the title now, we'll link our HTML file to it. So we have, using the link tag, we have the link. So we have the rel, that is relation. So we have style sheet as, so what goes in there is style sheet. So we have the type. As sorry about that. So we have the type. We have the type as text / CSS. And lastly, the HTML source is gonna be zoom.css, which I've already created already. So you can create yours and name it zoom.css. So you can lock that, close that tag. So also we're using the font awesome. So if you don't need to have font awesome, I made a full tutorial on font awesome. You can just check that out in my YouTube channel. You can check that out. You can scroll to it and look for it, or rather still check the description. The link to the font awesome tutorial will be there. Full tutorial on font awesome, for even though you don't know anything about font awesome, it's going to put you through from A to Z of font awesome. So I'll be linking it to it here. So I have the font awesome here. Also a style sheet in CSS, that is like a framework in CSS. So I have a style sheet. It's going to be a style sheet. Let's correct something here. Yeah, it's a style sheet. Then it's not going to have the type. It's going to have the link rather. So I'm using the CSS / all the CSS here. All the CSS. So we can close the tag here also. Then I close the head tag. and I move on to the body tag now, the head tag. So now move on to the body tag. So now we're ready to design the structure and the front phase of the work now. So let's get right into it in the next chapter of the video. And so moving on to the body now, we need to create our header and our sub header. So our header is going to carry the Zoom app, which I already pre-designed. I'm a graphic designer, so I already pre-designed that. And within our sub header, to be carrying the sign in function and the cancel function. So let's design that now. So we're using the paragraph text for that. So we're creating a paragraph, two paragraphs, one for the image and one for the sign in and cancel. So I'm going to make our image now. So image using the source attribute. You can check out my video on how to link image to your website to give you a full image lesson on how to do that. So I have source here as Zoom, sorry, not Zoom. So I have zoom.png. Yeah, that is what I saved it with on my folder. Remember, if I want to save in the same place with your files, you must save the image with the same place with your files. So we have this, then I have a set width for it. So I have the width as 350 pixels. Okay, I have a set height already. Remember, this is already pre-designed, so I have a set height already. I have height as 160 pixels. So you can set the author and title attribute, but you can just keep that if you don't want. So you can set it as zoom, and also the title attribute as also zoom. But if you don't, this is not really important. It's just necessary you do that, but not really important. So just necessary you do that. So close this tag now. So you close the paragraph tag also. Close paragraph. So let me give this paragraph a class of header. So this is going to be our header. So just in case you want to edit it in the CSS, it's going to have a class of header. Now we need to create our sub header also a paragraph text, our sub header. Let's give it a class of sub header. So this is going to be our sub header. So if you are following so far, the anything you don't get in the videos, let me know in the comment section. And if you like the video, you can thumbs it up while watching. So let's continue what we're doing. So the sub header now is going to carry the cancel and sign in tag, which is going to be a link. But since it's just a static website, I won't be adding any PHP function, any other relative URL. So this is just a static website. So a static app rather. So we have href is going to be empty because we are not linking it to any other source. So we have the ID for this thing as cancel. So in case you want to edit it in our CSS, so you can easily pick this and use this to edit that. So we have ID cancel, so we have the text itself. So we have cancel, then we close. We close this now. We have cancel, then we close the head tag here. So we can just copy and paste this for the sign in also, since they are the same line. Copy this and paste this here, so we can edit this as sign in. So we can change this to sign in now. Yeah, you have sign in. So then we can close our paragraph, our sub header now. We can close it now. So guys, I haven't done this now. We need to move on to the input fields. So if you're watching so far, like the video and comment in the video, and also share to your friends and everybody. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you. So let's move on to the next part now, the body tag and the input fields. So guys, moving on now to the input field. That is the email address and the password and the sign in and forget password now. Let's design that and see what we have. So moving on that now, we're using the list for that, and we have two types of list. We have the ordered list and unordered list. So here I'm using the unordered list. That is the UL. So sub family is going to be the head high. So we have the list item. So I'm going to be using 4 of the list item. Let's see. No. So I have 4 of these. So let me just duplicate this and see. I need just 4 of these. So 1 for the email password, 1 for the email, the password, the login, sign in, and the forget password. So we have 2, 3, 4. So then we close it with our URL tag. And we close our URL tag with this. So on the first one now is the email. So for the email, we use an input tag for the email. We use an input. So input type is going to be text. If you don't know what are input types, you can check out my videos on input. So input type is text. So we have the name. It's gonna be email address. So we have the placeholder. So placeholder is what we're going to show on the website. So placeholder is going to show on the website what you will see before you click on the field for logging in. So placeholder is going to be email address. Email address. So close that. So we have required, which makes sure the person enters that before moving on to the next place. We have required as required. Then we have autocomplete. That is, whenever you refresh, it should bring out a new thing entirely. Autocomplete, we're going to set that as off. So autocomplete is going to be off. So that means we don't want it to autocomplete any other signing. So this same, I'll close the tag here now. So this is for the email address. So we can also use this same one for the password to change some things there. So let's copy this now and paste it on our password. So input type here is going to be password. So input type here is password. So it's going to be protected. We use the word password. So we have the name as password. And we also have the email, the placeholder as password. So the rest is going to leave that the same way. So here is the sign in. So it's no sign in will take you directly to another page. So this is a dynamic website. I mean, this is a dynamic website rather. So we're going to leave the URL empty. So we're not entering to the URL. Rather, we're not entering to the URL for the sign in page. So we're just using it as normal sign in. So we're signing this in as a normal sign in page. So I'm gonna give the class, so in case you want to edit that, a class of sign in. So we're going to a class of sign in now. So I'm closing this tag now, and I'm going to type sign in here. Yeah, I'll close in the head tag. Okay, did I do that missing? Okay, something is missing here. So we have this now. So you can also add a class here. Can add a class here for yes, we can add a class here. I'll tell you why later on. Well, we need to add a class here. Sign in li. Let's add this as a list item for that. And this also needs this for the forget password. So we have this as forget forget password. So you can put a question mark there. So for that, so here also we need the class tag, because this can stand separate. These two, I want them to stand separately, meaning we edit these two li separately later on in the video. So let's leave this as forget password fp, that is forget password. So let's save this, continue our work. So I've done this now. Let's move on to the next part, which is the other sign in with in the Zoom app. So let's continue with that. So guys, the last part now, we have the sign in with, that is the last paragraph for the dynamic page now. So we're using our normal page, our paragraph tag. So you're using our paragraph tags here. So I have a sub paragraph tag for the let me call that, let me call this P2 for video sake. Let's call it P2. So it's going to carry the sign in with. So this is going to carry the part that says or sign in with. So this is going to carry that part that says that. So we have this now. So next thing is the icon and the other media for signing in. So the first one we have is SSO. Most of us don't know about that. So we have the SSO, which is having like a key sign. So fash, we have far, we have 2x, 2 times, that is the size. So if you don't know about what I'm typing now, don't know about this is font awesome actually. So if you don't know about anything about font awesome, you can just scroll down my description and check the video I said you should watch. Go to that video and come back to the video and watch and know why I'm using this I tag for the font awesome. So this is font awesome actually. So we have first one is we have key. So I have key here. So I'm gonna type an ID so I can edit it in the I can edit this on my CSS file. So I have key as the ID. So I'm going to close this tag now. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this tag now. Sorry, I'm looking at my keyboard. So I'm going to close this tag now. So I can give it the spacing before I add the MBSP. Then I have my SSO. So this is the main file for the key. Actually, this is one before of the KSSO. So we have something like this also for the rest 3. So let me just duplicate this and see what we have. So we have this. We have this. Let me duplicate this. So we have 3 of them. So the next one is Google. So we have for Google, actually it's lowercase. We have the ID as Google also, MBBS, and we have Google here. So as you can see, we have Google. So last one here is Facebook. So Zoom allows these three login faces. So these 3 logins are the faces for Zoom app. So we have Facebook, and we have an ID for it. We have the Facebook, and also the name on the icon will be on the Facebook. So I'm glad we're done with this front end now. Now moving on to the back end. Before that, let's close our tags. Let's close our tags. So close our body tag also, and lastly close our HTML tag also. So guys, we are done with the HTML. This is the body part now. So we're done with the HTML. This is HTML for the Zoom app front side of the Zoom app. Actually, it's not painted, you've not added any color or anything. This is the front end. So if you have not gotten this part, you can go through the video from the beginning, or go through from the beginning of the editing of the HTML part, so you can just follow up. So after doing this now, next thing is go to our CSS. That is our zoom.css now. So you can edit the CSS. So if you watch it so far, thumbs up the video, you can share the video to your friends, and you can subscribe to my channel for more videos. So thank you, and let's go to the next part, that is the CSS. Yeah, so guys, this is CSS now. So this is the Zoom CSS. This is what I'm going to design, is Zoom CSS part of the project. So let's get right into it now. So first, I'll be designing the body of the whole cloning apps. That is the white and the kind of a blue theme. So it's white and blue theme. So let's start with the body. So designing the body for the Zoom app now. So the body tag, I'm using the body, that's the name tag. So we'll set the margin here. Margin as 0 pixels, and also set the padding also as 0 pixels also. We'll set the background color, that is the background color for the Zoom app is going to be white, like in the app. So the background color here is going to be, it's just white. I have it as white, back. I have that as white. So next one, this is, I have the color for the text, that's the theme for the color text. So I have it as a RGB code. So you can just copy this and paste it in your source code and use it. So this is RGB. R is 204. So I have G as 200 and D as 200 also. So having that now, we'll just move on to the font for the font for the app is font family for the app. So we have font family here as Arial. So the font family used there was Arial. I don't know if I get that correctly. So the font family here is we need to close this tag here with a semicolon. A semicolon. So font family here is going to be Area. So I have Area. So Area, Evica, Sans Serif. So these are all Area self. That means they work like the computer, the Microsoft Word font family, you know, kind of. So moving on now, we have the font weight. The font weight for each of the texts. So I want to give them a font weight of let's say bold. We use the font weight of bold. So just bold. So we see in the app, you can see how the font looks like in the beginning of the lesson. You can actually see how the app looks like. So this is the font now, which is bold. So most of the text there are just bold. So let's say the font size, and mind you, this body tags overrides every other tag I'm going to put later on. So this font size is going to be for everything in the video, in the video. in the Zoom app. So this 50 pixels is gonna be for all the text in the video. Why am I saying video? In the in the app. So mind me, pardon me for that. So this is the body now. So now onto the header now. This is on the HTML side. Go back to the HTML side. This header now, that is the class header. The one holding this header, that is the one holding the Zoom logo and the one holding our Zoom itself. So this is where we're going to design our header now. This is the header. This is the class header. So this is just the header for the Zoom app. So let's design the Zoom app header now. So using the class header, so p.header. Yeah, so open parentheses. So p.header now. We have the background color for that. Let's see background color as transparent. So we have that as transparent. So we're going to take the white background color from the body tag. So we have the box shadow effect. So yeah, we're adding the box shadow effect. So if you don't know about it, you can scratch my channel, you see there about the box shadow effect. This actually adds a kind of a glow effect, a neon glow effect. That is all the shadow, the box shadow does. So the box shadow I'm going to add just 1.5 pixels because it's already done. So 1.5 pixels. I also have 1.5 pixels for the X horizontal, and also have 3 pixels for the blondness, and the color for RGB is gonna be I have 116, that is something close to black, 115, and I have 113. So that for the color. So having done this now, we can move on now. After the box shadow, we can add our width, the width for the header. Since this is gonna be a kind of a phone app, so it's not gonna be a computer app, so it's a phone app. So the width has to be set. Since you're not setting the meta data for it, so metadata, the UTF, that's the width is not set there, so we need to set our width manually. So the width is going to be 100%, meaning the width for the whole page, and the header is going to take the whole page, that is 100%. Even on the stretch, it's going to remain 100%. So we have the border now. We can set the border. So the border for the header is going to be 2 pixels. 2 pixels. So we have at 2 pixels solid. Then the color is going to be white. So that's going to take the color white. So 2 pixels solid white. So that is that for the header. So next one is, let me say on HTML page, next on it is the sub header. So we design our sub header. This is sub header. So working on the sub header now, this part of the sub header. So let's go and design that. So we're using the sub header class tag. So paragraph.sub header. So let me scroll this up a little bit. Sub header, we have sub header, open close parentheses. So we have class as the sub header class. So on this now, we just set the padding as 2 pixels. The padding here as 2 pixels, meaning go back to the HTML page. The sub header is one carrying the cancel and the sign in. That is the cancel and the sign in on top. So all you need to do there is just set the padding. Padding means the spacing in the margin themselves. The spacing inside the margin itself is the padding. So the padding here is just 2 pixels. Like I said, I've added 2 pixels for the subheader. So that's all about the subheader. Since they'll be taking their properties from the body, that is, they're taking their font from the body, also their color from the body, and also the font size from the body. So on next now we're going to the cancel itself. So we need to edit the cancel, this particular one, this cancel itself. The cancel button needs to be edited, and also the sign in button needs to be edited. So go to that now. So this is an ID tag. That means we're using the hashtag. So we have the A hashtag, the cancel button. A hashtag, the cancel button. So open and close parentheses. So what I have here now is, first is there going to be a link? So we need to move the text decoration as none. So we have that as none. That means no underline in the link. So we have that as none. We also have the color for the text itself. Now the color for the whole Zoom app is like Elika blue, but for the cancel button it's gonna be like an ash color. So I'm gonna have the S code for the cancel button is gonna be 0093, I think, DD. That should do it. So I think that is that for the cancel. For the cancel we have that. Now then what we have now is for the cancel, the font weight will be bold. Like from the body tag is gonna be bold. Then we have the the margin left, meaning it's going to have to fall through the margin left. So we have the margin that's 20 pixels. So moving away from the body tag, that means moving closer to the aligning it away from the left side of the phone app. So that's for the cancel. Now work on the sign in also. So we have the hashtag sign in button. That is the tag, that is the ID. Let's check that. So the ID for the sign in is gonna be is sign in. Look at it here. So the ID here is sign in. So we have the ID as sign in, then open and close parentheses. So sorry about that. Okay, we have open and close parentheses. So moving on with that now. Also have the same thing, text decoration for this. It's gonna be none. Okay, we have none. So moving on with that, we have the color for the sign in also. So the color also, it has its own color. So using the RGB color here, using an RGB color. So I'm using the 133. Yeah, I'm using 131 and then 131. Yeah, so that is kind of a ash color that I'm using. This is ash color that I'll be using. So that is that for that. So we're talking about the font weight now. It's going to be bold also because of the body tag is already carrying the bold font weight. So also we need to add the margin right, meaning this is gonna it's going to the right side of the page, which we're going to do that now with the float. Well, let's write our margin right. That means it also needs to add a padding from the right. That means instead of using padding from the right, you just use the margin from the right side. So the margin here is going to be 20 pixels also. Then you add our float to the right. That means float helps to align it to the right side of the page. So using our float now, you can, this is wrong spelled. We have it as FLOAT as float. Yes. So we're done with the A signing now. Now moving on to the next line of the code. Now we're designing our email address input side, the password input side, and also the sign in input side, and also the forget password and other sign in with on the Zoom app. So let's get right into it now. Now first of all, we're designing in the old input tag now, the old underline list. So we have the whole URL list itself. We design the whole URL list. So on the URL tag itself, we'll be using the URL selector. Using the URL selector here. So the URL selector here, we have the list type because this is going to carry a dot. So we need to change the list type to none. So setting that as none. So we have that as none already. So that's that about the URL. So we don't need much to do much on the URL because it's not going to be affecting most of the tags inside the URL because we need to touch the tags themselves. So you're done with the URL now. Moving on to the LI also. So the LI also, we need to change the padding top. That means we need to add padding to each of them. So each element moves away from each other by a padding of 30 pixels from the top. So they give themselves a padding of 30 pixels from the top side. So that about that. Now moving on to the inputs themselves. So the first input we have here are the password and email address, and I've given them no class here. So let's add a class for the password and the email address. So we have a class of, let me say, inputs. I also copy this and paste inside the password. So we have a class as input. Can copy this and paste it here. So we have the class also here as input. So we can use this now while saving this. We can use this on the Zoom app now, on the Zoom shares part now. So we have dot inputs. That is the tags that is carrying the class input. So we have that now. So input now for the input, we have the padding as 10 pixels for the padding itself. That's padding of 10 pixels. That's gonna be very kind of like the size. So we have the width for each of them. So we set the width to around 90%, not fully on the page, but just 90% percentage. Then we have the margin. We set the margin for the page as 2 pixels, and we set the background color. So if you're watching tutorial so far, and if you like what I'm doing, you can just thumbs up my channel, and also make sure to subscribe to my channel to get more tutorials like this. So let's continue what we're doing. So the background color now is gonna be background color for this particular input are just gonna be, I prefer we use the transparent color. because on the Zoom app, the email address and the password doesn't have a kind of background. What they have there is just like translations. Like they're carrying the white background. So instead of typing white there, you can just easily use the transparent. So the color for the text is gonna be gray. That's the color for the text itself. It's gonna be gray. So the color for the text is gonna be gray. So we have it as gray. Then we have the border. So the border, let me scroll this up for you to see. So the only border that will be shown here is the border bottom. All other borders will be shut down apart from the border bottom. So this is going to carry 1 pixels solid and carry an RGB color that I have set down as 170 for the R, we have 170 for the G, and we have 170 for the G color. So that is the RGB for that. So we'll be setting the other borders, that is other borders, which are the border top to none, border top to none, border bottom to none. I mean border, I say bottom, border left to none, and also border right to none. So I haven't done that now. Set our font size. Our font size here is going to be large. Our font size here is going to be larger. Let's use that, larger. Then I have our font family. Font family here is different. We have the font family as open sans. We have the open sans. Okay, I think this is capital letter O sans. So we have the open sans. So that is the font used there. So we have that. We have back. Okay, we have open sans there. So I think there's kind of let's see, we have we have open sans that written just this way. So having done that now, we've touched the input types, that is the input of the password and the email address. What is left to touch now is the sign in button itself. So let's check out the tags in the sign in button. So here on the sign in button, we have the class tag for the sign in LL itself. This is the body of the LI, and this is the link of the LI. So with different classes. So this is sign in LI and this is sign in. So let's design both of them. So first of all, working on the sign in button, that is this sign in here now. So working on the sign in button here before the sign in LI. So working on the sign in button now, the class here is sign in. So let's work on that. So we have dot sign in now, dot sign in. Now close parentheses. So first is going to add the padding for the sign in to look like professional, like does the Zoom app. So we have the 5 pixels margin, 5 pixels margin. We have the margin as 5 pixels, an apostrophe there, I mean semicolon. We have the margin also, you have the margin as 35%, 35%. So already pre-assumed. So we have the background color for the background color for the button is going to have an RGB color, which I've stated down already. So we're using this 204, 200, 200. So semicolon there. We set the color for the text itself, almost close to ash, but just a little different. So this RGB is going to be 148. 148. We have 147. We also have 147. So I haven't done this now. It looks ash, but kind of thicker than the background itself, so to stand out from there. So we have the font family for the sign in button. Font family here is gonna be Roboto. How do you call it? Roboto. So I don't think I pronounced that correctly. So something close to that shit. I think Roboto. something close to this. Let's see. These are some special fonts I kind of searched online myself. So this is Roboto font. So, or anyhow you pronounce it, maybe Roboto, I don't know. I know it's Roboto, and it's spelled with an parentheses actually. So you can see that. So it is spelled with some parentheses. So actually, you guys subscribe to my channel, please. It's very, very essential to my channel. Subscribe to my channel to help in the growth of my channel and a lot. And I will be able to improve on the videos and look at areas where I will need you to explain more. And you guys should comment on the videos so I can figure out areas where you're not getting and I'll work on that. So let's continue from where we stop now. So adding the semicolon here to make this font family work. So we have the next thing here is font size. So we have the font size. We have the font size here. Sorry about that. We have the font size here as larger. Let me set it also to larger. So according to VS Code Studio, I can add font called larger. Okay, it's come up. So I have font size larger, and I have the font weight here. I have the font weight as bold, just like the body. I can put inherit there, so to also take the one from the body. So we have text decoration. I have the text decoration as okay. Why is this giving me this? Text decoration. So always check out for errors in the VS2 Studio. So none, because this is gonna be a link. So you need to change the text decoration to none, so it will not have any underline or sign. So that about that now. So moving on to the LI button, so that is the body of the signing button. So we have the signing, the list item for signing. So designing this, so we have the width for this. So we have the width as 90%, also same size with the signing and the email. So we have the height for this. It's gonna have an height for the page. So we have height as 100 pixels. You have the margin as 5 pixels. 5% or 2. That means to centralize the signing button. So this is actually to centralize the signing button. What the background color? Background color is going to look like the same thing with the signing itself. So it's going to be 204, 200. We have RGB 204, 200, 200. So we have RGB 204, 200, 200. So we also have the border radius. There's going to be a little curve at the radius, at the border radius side. So we have the border radius now as 20 pixels. That is a little curve. So that is that about the body for the sign-in tag now. So we will see this on the website very soon. So let's continue coding. Let's save that and continue. So now moving to the next part of the code now on this channel side. Now we are on the part that says this forget password. That's forget password now. So that's very easy to edit. So it's not much, doesn't have much to do on that. So we have the let's check out the tag that's following that. So we have the class FP. So we have .fp here. So we set sorry about that. We have set the color for the text as hashtag as ESCO color. We have 0093. No, not this. 0093. We have 0093DD. So we have, this is the color. This is the blue color for the Zoom app. We have the margin left. We have the margin left as 25%. 25%. So guys, moving on from forget password now. We're moving on to the part that says sign in with. So moving on to the last paragraph now. So we're almost done with our editing. So moving to the last part now says the sign in with or sign in with, and the class here is P2. So we need to edit this also. So the paragraph, the tag here is P2. That's the class is P2. So we have .p2, .p2. So open and close the parentheses. So we have the margin. So we have the margin top. The margin top. Set the margin at the top to 30 pixels. Also set the margin left. That means it's gonna really have to align to what we're doing. Margin left is 6 pixels, that is 6 pixels away from the body of the website. If you have the font width, it's going to have an extra width of steel bold. So set the font width, and we set the color. Set the color for it as the RGB code 204. So it's going to be kind of a light ash color. So now that's that for that. So working on the sign-in button, which are the fash button, that is the class of the I button. So working with the IDs here, that is IDS, Key, Google, and Facebook. So we need to edit this font themselves. So let's edit the font themselves and see what we have. So we have the class key. Okay, let's see. So having this now, let's work on this. So we have the, okay, let's add our brick button here. Each of them should have a brick button. So let's copy this and paste it. Copy this and let's paste it here. Yeah, I think we should have at least 2. Yeah, save that. So back to what we're doing. So I'm following the ID here, that's Key, Google, and Facebook. So let's edit that together on this now. So we have the hashtag Key, the Google, hashtag Key, Google, and hashtag Facebook. So I think this should be, I think this should be a comma, not semicolon. Yeah, it should be a comma. On the 3 of them, I'll be setting the margin for the 3 of them as 10 pixels, that is top, right, bottom as 10, and left as 30 pixels. So this is a shortcode for the margin, that is top, right, bottom, left. TRBL, that is top, right, and bottom, and left. So working on the font size, let's see the font size for each of the icon, because these are the icons that we've used. So the icon is going to be 60 pixels, that is large, 60 pixels large. Then we need to design each of these font awesome icon, because font awesome icons comes with their default color, which is ash. So we need to change the color to the correct industrial color. So for Facebook now, we have the color as, color of Facebook RGB. We have 0. This is color for Facebook 0, 140, 255. So this is Facebook blue color. So we have the one for the key. The key should carry the color hashtag. Okay, let's see, not hashtag, let's use the S code color 80. We have 81 and we have 82. So that is like a thick, kind of a thick, very thick ash. So move going to the last part of the code now. We have the Google itself. So I'm going to give Google a color of red here. So Google is coming in as red. So we're done with the code. So we need to check out our website now. You check out what we've done so far. So this is what we've done so far. So when you save this and reload this on the web page, you should get exactly what you want on the website. So if you like what I do, I'm sorry that I was saying, so if you like what I did so far, so you can just subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up button. So let's go on to the final product of our website now. So let's reload this on our website now. So we have this. So this is the Zoom app login page. Now you can see the Google and Facebook icon are not showing. Let's check what might be wrong with the code. So okay, let's see. Okay, this should be brand, that is B, and this also should be B, and this Facebook should be capital letter F. So save that. You can reload your code now. So voila. So we have this now. So thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. So this is the Zoom app login page. So you can see that. So it's the sign-in page. So thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I will sure drop new videos for you to watch, new content for you to see, and this is going to be the best channel ever. If you guys can help subscribe to my channel and help share my videos to the world, Thank you for watching. I love you all. Bye bye.